How's it going, everyone? It's the Bowling Boy here. I'm back again with Julia.
Hey.
And I know that we talked about doing a part 2, and I actually dug deeper into some more Storm Bowling Balls, and I found almost every fragrance I could find. There's about a total of 70. There's 32 on the tier list, and I got some more here. I am too lazy to do the math. 38. There, I did it. Alright. So let's start off with, because Storm came out with 3 new bowling balls, and one of them already had a scent that we put on the tier list. It was blueberry, and that was for the Storm trend. So let's start off with the IQ Tour Nano Pearl, which is one of the new ones. This is the IQ Tour Nano Pearl. And the scent is Orange Glaze.
That sounds nice.
I personally would really like that one, especially. Have you ever had the crush cakes? Like they have like those orange cakes.
I know I've seen them around. I've smelled them, but I've never eaten it.
Because my grandma really likes those, and she would get one every once in a while, and it actually smelled pretty good.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
What do you think? An S or A?
I'd say S or A.
All right, let's go with S tier.
Okay.
Almost anything orange is really good.
All right, orange
glaze. All right. And then after that, we've got the Storm Parallax, which is another one of the newer ones. This is the Parallax. And the scent is Funnel Cake, which that's another really exciting one.
Yeah.
I personally say, I'd say go with A tier for that one, because Funnel Cake can either smell really good or it can just smell like deep frying. You ever just make funnel cake, you just smell like fry oil.
Yeah.
So let's put that at A.
Okay.
And then next up is the Storm Tropical Surge Pink and Black.
I wonder what color it's gonna be.
Yep. This is the pink and black.
Kind of looks more pink on the recording than on the thing. It's more red on the...
Let's see, is that...
I think it looks a little better when you put the color up.
There we go, yeah, that's better. Yeah, and the scent is peppermint.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I do too.
It just sounds refreshing and... that's a scent I would want to have.
There's quite a few, the most common scents I've seen are orange, citrus, and mint flavored ones, or mint scented. I like to say flavors. Yeah, I say S tier. I agree.
As I said.
So yeah, we made 2 different tier lists because the first one's getting filled up pretty, it's getting filled up quite a lot, so we made a second one just staple on the back of it. And then we'll just list off every tier when we're done. Alright. Next up is the Tropical Surge Yellow and Black. It's basically the same as the other one, except this one's yellow. This is the Yellow Black.
Gotta say, I like the coloration on Yellow Black a little better than Pink Black.
It kind of gives you more of a tropical feeling with the yellow.
Yeah, just more bombastic. I like that.
Yeah.
More interesting.
And the scent is Lemon Blossom.
I like that.
I do too. S or A? What do you think?
I'd say S or A.
Let's go with S, man. Anything lemon is amazing.
Okay. Lemon Blossom.
And then next up is the Tropical Surge Black and Cherry. This is the Black and Cherry. And I bet you guys will never guess what the scent is of this one.
I'm guessing it's probably cherry.
Yeah.
I don't know how I guessed that.
I've actually smelled this one before, and this one's really nice. Imagine a really sweet smelling cherry, kind of like a maraschino.
Cherry scent's always maraschino cherry scent is really nice. I like that.
Personally, I give that also an S tier because I really love the smell of cherries.
I do like smell of cherry.
All right, cool. Next up is the Tropical Surge Pink and Purple. Here's the pink and purple. And the scent is Birthday Cake.
You could screw that up so easily, but I like the scent of a good birthday candle, but it's not something that a lot of people like.
Yeah, smelled some of Storm's other like cake stuff. Like there's vanilla cake and just vanilla, and they sort of smell the same. Because I did smell this ball before, and it did smell pretty good, but
Like, not great.
yeah, it's more just like a plain vanilla kind of smell. I'd say give it
B?
yeah, yeah. And then next up is the Tropical Surge Teal and Blue. This is the Teal and Blue. And the scent for this one is Wild Leaf Mint.
I like that.
Yeah, me
Sounds
too.
good.
What would you say for this one?
A?
Yeah. Because I think, like, when they put, like, wild or, like, they put, like, some part of nature in it for the mint, like, if it was, like, mint leaf or something, it's probably going to be, like, a more fragrant, stronger mint.
Yeah, like a real strong mint.
Yeah.
I like peppermint a little better, but, like, I do really like mint scent. But,
Yeah. And then the next up is the Storm Supersonic, which, here's the Supersonic. And this one's really interesting. I expected this one to be like orange scented. It's sweet plum, which plum makes sense because it's purple
yeah,
a little bit. But I kind of expected it to be like an orange plum or something.
it sounds alright. Like, I'm not in love with that, but it sounds alright.
Yeah.
Like, nice fruity thing going on.
What are you thinking? C, B, maybe?
I think it's C.
C? Alright. Alright. And next up is the original Sonic. Sonic.
Yeah, Sonic.
And then here is the Sonic.
Kind of looks like Sonic. Like, scrammed and, like, crushed him into a ball form.
This is a very interesting scent too. It's gingerbread s'mores. That sounds really. That doesn't sound right. I've never heard of someone slapping some marshmallows and chocolate in the middle of two gingerbread
Like,
cookies.
I want to know more, but I just, like, initial reaction is I don't like it. Like, if it wasn't in a bowling ball, I would like it. Like, that sounds like a good dessert, but do I want my bowling ball to smell like that?
Yeah. What do you want? What do you think? D tier, maybe?
D tier sounds right.
Yeah.
Gingerbread s'more. Weird.
Yeah. I've never honestly, if I'm gonna be honest here, I've never really actually gotten to try a gingerbread cookie before.
They're good.
But I've smelled, like, I know what they smell like because I've smelled one before, but I've never really gotten to eat one.
They're good. Very good cookie if you guys haven't tried it. Like, highly recommend.
And then next up is the Storm Code X. That's the Code X. And I really like this one too, Orange Zest.
I like that.
Yeah, I say S tier, 100%. That's me. But what do you think?
I agree with that. Can't go wrong with orange. Especially with zest.
Have you ever just zested your orange onto something and then it just smells delicious? All right, and then next up is the High Road Nano. This is the High Road Nano. I actually know a friend who owns this ball. And this one is very unexpected to me. Coconut marshmallow is the scent.
I kind of like it, but like it doesn't sound great. Like it's not an S tier, but I'm intrigued.
I could see smelling the coconut be pretty good, but I'm not sure if you'll really get anything of the marshmallow. The marshmallow is kind of like probably like a vanilla.
I'm just like expecting like a sweet coconutty scent.
What are you thinking?
B or C?
Let's go with B. Because like the coconut will be really nice, but the marshmallow is just kind of boring, I guess.
Yeah.
Coconut. Alright, next up is the Storm Matchup Black, Orange, and Silver.
Who comes up with these names? It's crazy.
I honestly couldn't tell you.
Orange Massa Neo Cortex Blast Off Ball.
And here is the match. I'm just going to call it the Matchup Pearl. But there's two Matchup Pearls, so that's why I can't really call it that. But the scent of this one is Papaya Splash.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
I like small papayas.
I've never seen. Well, I mean, I know what a papaya looks like, but I've never smelt one, tasted one, or anything like that. Is it like kind of like how would you describe that?
I don't even. It's been so long. I just remember having like a good memory of what a papaya smells like. But I just remember it smelling good, like fruity. That sounds lame, but like it's been a while, so it's like I know what it smells like, but could I describe it? Have to like eat it, smell it again. Tell you. What are you thinking?
Oh yeah, it's this thing. It looks like a
Yeah.
lemon with a mango on the inside.
Yeah.
That actually looks pretty tasty if I were to try it. And it's like it says splash, so that's probably like a fruit punch mix or something.
Yeah, it's just like got a little punch to it.
What would you go with?
I don't know. Wanna try beet?
Yeah.
Okay. Papaya.
Mixed feelings. Next up is the Matchup Black Pearl. Here's Matchup Black Pearl, and the fragrance is Berry Splash,
That sounds good.
that one would be pretty good.
That was pretty good.
I'm not crazy about it, but
It's undeniably it's a classic.
yeah, A tier.
Yeah.
Oh, and you know how they were talking about like you're like who comes up with the storm names, like, and then last episode you were like storm hurricane and storm stuff like that. Well, they finally have some that I mean I guess it has to do with storms and stuff like that, and like water and stuff like that. Storm torrent.
Oh, I like that ball. That's a cool ball. I would not mind owning that.
And the fragrance is Lavender Vanilla. I really love that one.
Yeah,
because,
that sounds nice.
Because it's vanilla is pretty fragrant, and lavender is like a super fragrant plant, flower, whatever.
Yeah, it's like flower, like purple.
And
flower.
I actually recently tried this is like the first time ever for me. I tried a lavender flavored food item.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was this Italian market called Cantoro's. They had
Ooh, I love Cantoro's.
They have a lavender macaroon. It was hard to describe the flavor. It was like a very flour, like if you were to eat a flower, but it was coated in sugar and cream. That's what it was. It actually.
You guys eat flowers?
It wasn't that bad, honestly. It was actually pretty good.
That sounds really good.
All right, so want to go? What are you thinking? A, S, B?
I'm thinking S or A, because we like lavender, we like vanilla.
Yeah, let's go with S. Let's go with S on that one. That's
Alright,
pretty.
Can you repeat the name one more time?
It's the Storm Torrent and it's Lavender Vanilla.
Okay, that's one. I thought it was lavender vanilla, but I wasn't sure if I was like misremembering. It's that kind of day to day.
Next up, this next one is a pretty interesting one. Oh, and I won't be putting I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, but I will not be putting the ball or the fragrance in the, not the comment section, but the description. Because I actually wrote them all down before I started this time, because, I was actually thinking. I was being smart for once. Next up is the Storm Code Black. I actually like this one. This one's a pretty interesting ball. Code Black, and this is a very interesting fragrance. Orange chocolate. Two very fragrant items.
Scents I like, and I like them together in like food, but do I like it in a bowling ball? That's the question.
I would personally say I would love that, but I don't know, because like we're collaborating, we're like combining both our ideas together.
I mean, I feel like I could enjoy that. Now, the more that I think about it, the more I'm like, yeah, I would like that.
What are you thinking?
A or S tier.
I say S tier, because I mean, it's orange, it's chocolate, I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. No pun intended. Alright, next up is the Storm Matchup Solid. I can't find a picture for this one, actually. Believe it or not. But the fragrance is fruit punch.
Yeah.
That's like a...
It's a classic. It's like...
Do you think I should be another A tier, or do you think B tier this time?
I think A tier.
Alright.
Can't go wrong with fruit punch. How do you even screw that up? Like, unless you're like getting one of those Kool-Aid candles, it just smells weird, but like besides that.
Yeah. Oh, it was the Match Solid, not Matchup Solid. I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, the Match Solid. This is the Match Solid. Sorry about that, guys. Match Solid. And then the Match Pearl. Here's the Match Pearl.
It's made out of like...
And I really like this one because I can actually, like, off the top of my head say, wow, this smells really good. Cider donut. Because, I mean, the cider mill, I have a cider mill right down from my house, down the street, and it's really awesome. It smells really good.
Just trying to think of like what that would smell like in a bowling ball, but like an artificial scent of that.
Yeah.
So you can screw up cider scents so easily.
Because like for the Storm Crux Prime, they have the cider pomegranate, and it actually just legitimately smelled like cider. So probably imagine like a very fragrant cidery like.
I do really the smell of cider is so good.
Like a vanilla like a baked vanilla kind of smell mixed with some cider maybe.
Yeah.
I'd say give that S tier, but that's just me. What do you think?
I'm down. All right, hit the scent one more time just so I can make sure.
Cider donut. Donut. Butter pecan is the next one for the Storm rocket ship. Honestly, looking at the Storm rocket ship, I do not think that butter pecan suits this one well, but, I mean, hey.
Like purple, yellow, pecan.
I mean, purple. Pecans are always purple. What are you talking about?
The purple ball, the pecans are like sort of yellow. It works out.
In the butter, I mean, when you roast butter to death, it'll turn purple eventually. It won't be it'll be inedible, but I mean...
It'll be purple. Won't smell very good.
Butter pecan, I'd give that a B.
Okay.
What do you think?
I like that. I don't like that scent in a bowling. I do really like the scent of butter pecan, but like not in a bowling ball. No way.
All right. And then next up is the Storm Snap Lock.
Snap Lock.
Yeah, they have a lot of lock bowling balls. Snap Lock. I think I've actually seen this ball when I was a freshman.
I kind of like that ball.
When I was a freshman on the bowling team, I think I saw this ball. I can't remember, but it was it had the same color scheme, and the scent is ginger verbena, and verbena is like a flower. It's like these purple flowers.
I know what verbena is.
I don't know how I feel about that one. It's two two scents I'm not very knowledgeable about, and if you combine them together, I don't really have a statement on that. Ginger verbena, it's odd combination.
I do like the smell of ginger, but like, I don't love it. It's fine. I can go either way.
What are you thinking? Like D, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah. You put down sweet plum for. We put down sweet plum for the Sonic, right? For Supersonic.
Yeah.
All right.
Sweet.
All right. Cool. So next up is the Storm Fight.
Storm Fight?
It's just the Storm Fight. It looks pretty dope, though. I would totally use this ball if it was still around.
I like the butter pecan, like the purple, like, whoa. I like that one a little better, but like honestly, red ball, pretty cool.
And this one actually makes sense. Storm Fight scent is candy apple. That makes sense, because candy apples are like a bright red.
Yeah.
I'd say I've never tasted one. But
I have, like, honestly.
What does it really? Does it really taste like a taffy or something? Because I've heard of taffy apples, but I've never heard of a candy apple.
It's just like a really sweet, like, it's just really sweet, like just appley, sweet. I don't know. That's just how I would describe a candy apple. It's really sweet.
So kind of like a apple sucker kind of.
Yeah, that's how it tastes. You can taste the actual apple, but it's very sweet.
What do you think?
I'd say like B, C.
I'd say go with B, because that actually does sound pretty awesome. Next up. This one actually makes sense for its color too. The Storm Joyride. And the fragrance is caramel pecan.
It's alright. I'm not loving that, but
caramel really does smell good. It's not like just like a plain old vanilla flavor, because I know caramel is mostly made with vanilla, but it's not just like a plain vanilla flavor. You also smell like it's caramel is very fragrant, especially when you're like cooking it, making it homemade. But I don't know, because
I do like the smell of caramel.
Yeah, it's obviously artificial, but
yeah.
I mean, caramel, pecans.
Okay. A tier.
Sure. Yeah. Because I mean, I don't hate pecans, but I don't even know if they have that much of a smell.
Pecans have a nice smell. It's subtle.
Because, like, if we were doing, like, almonds or walnuts, I could tell you, it was like, oh, those smell good, because I've baked items with walnuts and almonds before.
But pecan smells good. It's like, it's not a scent that, like, leaps right at you. It's, like, it's subtle. I like that.
Yeah.
It's not something you, like, it's right in your face intense. Like, fruit punch. It's subtle. I like that.
Next up is the Storm Skyrocket. And this one's kind of weird. It's Sangria. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah.
Yes. For those who don't know, Sangria is like an Italian wine. It can be made with like different kinds of fruits other than grapes, like blackberries.
Yeah, so it's like, just think wine scent.
Yeah. And like, I've never had them before, obviously, but my mom usually gets it at this Italian restaurant called Carrabba's whenever we go.
Yeah.
And it's a blackberry sangria, and it smells really nice, actually. I mean, I hate anything alcoholic, but it actually smells pretty nice.
It's got a nice, like... Yeah.
It's like a very fresh smelling.
Yeah, it's like that. Just, like, imagine what wine smells like, but, like, very crisp.
But since I'm not a big fan of alcohol, I'd like to give it a low tier. I'm thinking C.
Okay.
Because, like, you still get a little bit of the alcohol smell in there. It's kind of... bleh.
Okay.
Alright, next up is the Storm Ride. Gotta ride it till it's over. And, yeah, that's... I gotta actually put in Storm Ride bowling ball instead of just Storm Ride because, yeah, I guess the Storm Ride exists in the form of not a bowling ball. And this one is Paradise Punch. I think that's isn't that a Capri Sun flavor? Paradise Punch.
I think it's something like that. Yeah, that sounds nice. Again, classic punch.
B tier maybe.
Sure.
And next up, I've seen this one in some of my high school meets. This is a pretty popular Storm bowling ball. It's called the Storm Rocket. This is the Rocket. And this one's a pretty good one. Citrus Grove. So it's like...
Yeah, no, I don't... I had, like, instant, like, that's what that would smell like in my head.
Like basically a bushel of oranges and other citrus fruits.
Yeah.
Every time I hear the word grove, I always think back to that Family Guy scene from the Of Mice and Men parody. Remember, Chris was like, wow, I remember when this used to be all orange groves. And then Stewie's like, it currently is all orange groves. And then he just jumps into a bush of oranges. It was really funny. But for that one, I'd say S. Because, I mean, like, I wouldn't mind jumping into a bush that's just filled with oranges and just smelling oranges throughout. That'd be pretty nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, and this is... I made 2 different lists, so this is the last list of them that I could find. Alright, and then next up is the Storm IQ Tour Nano Solid. Now, this is surprisingly old. Storm brought back the IQ Tour Nano in the form of a pearl this time, but this is the Solid. This was an old one. And this one, the fragrance both kind of does and kind of doesn't make sense. Guess the fragrance of this one, just from the color.
I don't know, like, tutti fruity.
I was thinking it was watermelon. It's apple cider, like, because this is like you can't really tell it's red. It's more of a pink and green, so you'd think like watermelon, but it's apple cider because I guess that's supposed to be like a red.
It's all right. I wouldn't give it an S tier, but it's all right.
Want to go with A? Because I mean,
Sure.
Cider Mill down the street, man, they have very fragrant apple cider and it smells awesome.
Yeah, it does smell really good.
And next one, this is one of the older fragrances, but it's a nice classic. This bowling ball is the Storm Wipeout. The color scheme actually combines well with the fragrance, which is spearmint.
Spearmint's always it's always a class. You can't go wrong with spearmint.
What are you thinking? Neutral, or do you think really top tier for this one? For that one?
It's good, but is it top? Does it belong up with peppermint, and lavender, and vanilla? Does it?
I don't think so. It's
okay. I'll put an A.
Yeah. All right. Next up, the Storm Virtual Gravity. Here is the Virtual Gravity. And the Virtual Gravity scent is Orange Mint. S.
S?
I say S.
Okay.
I mean, you can't go wrong with orange or mint. I mean, Lifesavers was really onto something when they created the orange mint Lifesavers, man. I love those. And they smell pretty good, too.
They do smell real good.
Alright, next up is the Storm Virtual Energy. I actually know a friend who has this ball. Shout out to him. I actually like the design of this ball. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And the scent is pearberry. That's
pretty good.
That's a weird one because pear usually doesn't really have a scent to me, but I do love the taste of pear. Pear was like one of my favorite fruits when I was a kid.
I also another subtle scent. I do like the smell of pears, but it is like it's very faint.
A or B?
Throw in B.
All right. All right. Next up is the Storm Bite. Not a giga, not a mega, not a tera. It's just a bite. And the flavor is mulberry. It's basically like those tiny little berries that you find in like donuts.
I know what mulberries
and stuff.
smell like. Just I do know what mulberries are though.
It's kind of it's basically like a smaller blueberry, so I mean,
Yeah.
probably smells the same, but also at the same time, like in terms of taste, a mulberry is sweeter.
Yeah, it does have like a little bit different taste, like not taste, smell from a blueberry, but it's not my favorite.
They're kind of like wild blueberries, where they're smaller and sweeter, and they're a little like darker in terms of color, like they're purple.
Yeah, mulberries are nice. It's not my favorite.
What are you thinking? C, D, B?
Want to just throw in C?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
All right, next up is the the Storm Lights Out. Back in the early 2010s, mob bosses used to use these to kill their rivals.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, no, they wouldn't kill them. They would just make them go blind. Because I mean, that's what it's meant for. Lights out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not gonna be seeing anything. The fragrance for this one is incredibly weird too. Apple fritter. It's like dark blue and silver.
Nope.
I like it. Apple fritters are pretty tasty.
I like apple fritters. I just don't like the scent of an apple fritter inside my bowling ball. Like that's just.
What are you thinking?
Like I do like apple fritters, so I kind of want to give it a higher score because I like the scent and taste of apple fritters, even though I wouldn't like it in a bowling ball. So whatever you think.
I don't know. What would you, if you had to give it, what would you give it?
Like a B or a C, probably C.
Okay, yeah, that's reasonable. I know one of my friends he was like, your friend is so wrong about, because like when we were rating the physics, he has the physics and it's apple crisp, and he was like, your friend doesn't know what she's talking about, it smells great, and I smelt it and I was like, it does smell good, but I mean like, I'm not just gonna go all on my ideas, I want to collaborate with her and make sure everything's equal.
Like most of these scents I want to clarify, but it's like, would I like it in a bowling ball is what I'm trying to say. Like, would I like this as an artificial scent crammed inside a bowling ball?
Yeah, and like they kind of like tone down the scent too.
Yeah.
Like some balls, the scent is like really out there, and then some of them are kind of toned down a little bit or a little weak.
Yeah, so like everything, like C is average. Like everything above C, I would not mind.
Yeah. And then here's the Storm Sink. The fragrance for that one is iced cranberry.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Kind of like imagine like a cranberry popsicle or something like that.
Yeah, like
or maybe like cranberry.
Like a cool scented, like how they make like cool scented candles, like cool cranberry.
Oh, I wonder if there's like an or cranberry flavored ice cream. That's if you can imagine the smell of that.
Yeah. No, I think. Yeah.
All right, I'm torn between this one. I'm either thinking A or B. What do you think?
That sounds like an A.
All right, let's go with A. Because cranberry is really fragrant. It's really nice. But this next fragrance, I really enjoy this one. The ball is called the Storm Lucid. At first, when I was reading it, I thought it said the Storm Flaccid. And I'm like, what the hell? Here's the Storm Lucid. And the fragrance for the Lucid is vanilla citrus. Orange and vanilla, like kind of like a creamsicle and stuff like that. That's actually really awesome.
I like that.
S tier?
Yeah.
All right. Nice. And this is another classic one. Well, this is a really old ball, but it's a classic scent. Got the Storm Fire Road. This is the Fire Road. And the scent for this one is just mango.
Oh, yeah.
I like that.
I like that.
What do you think?
A tier?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, usually the classic flavors, they smell really good, but, like, we go with, like, the crazy combinations, like, two things combined together to make something really nice.
Yeah, like, you can't go wrong with this, like, the classic, like, cherry, mango, like, any fruit is probably gonna be good.
Next up is the Storm Tropical Heat Pearl Orange. Orange and purple.
God, some of these names are like, whoa.
It's quite a mouthful. But
I like the colors, though. Colors are good.
Yeah, and this one both makes sense and doesn't, like some of the other ones. Like, this one's orange and purple. What would you think that would be?
Like, maybe like another fruit combo, like, I don't know, like, just like a fruit combo, like something, the orange combo. Something with an orange combo.
This one is creamsicle.
That would be my last. Well,
if it was orange and white, that would make more sense, because, like, the vanilla...
Yeah, so I was, like, sort of right. Like an orange, like, not less fruity combo.
Because where does the purple come in?
I don't know.
Alright, creamsicle, I do like that, but at the same...
that. Yeah, but, like, it's not...
It's not the greatest flavor of anything, like...
Yeah. B?
Yeah. It's kind of neutral, I guess.
Yeah.
It's, like, above neutral, but... It's not really much the same. I mean, it's just creamsicle.
I like the scent of creamsicle, but then again, bowling ball scent.
Next up is the Storm Fringe. You're infringing on my rights. And I was disappointed with this one. I was hoping this would be something like, it's red with yellow and a little bit of green. I was expecting like cherry lime or cherry lemonade or something.
Yeah, it seems it would be.
It's pina colada.
Huh. That'd be my last guess.
It's like a pina colada is like a coconut pineapple.
Yeah, coconut
like,
pineapple drink. I like cold.
It's like
Pina coladas are good. Well, no, I've had like coconut and pineapple in a smoothie. I haven't actually had like a full on pina colada, but I know what it is.
Yeah, because there's like isn't pina
colada.
colada? Yeah, it is an alcoholic.
I've had like a coconut
That's what I
pineapple
thought.
smoothie, so I'm just basing it off of that.
That Tropical Smoothie Cafe has like something like that. I think they call it like
Yeah, if it's a pina colada, it's spiked. If it's not, then it's something else.
I can't remember what the smoothie's called, but it has coconut and pineapple. It's really sweet. Oh, Bahama Mama.
Yeah.
That one's really tasty.
Yeah.
So yeah, for smell though, I don't know. Like, it tastes good, but like pineapple and coconut taste good together, but smell wise,
I would like the smell, but artificial smell of.
We gave pineapple a pretty low score, but we gave coconut pretty high score. So how about we go with C?
Okay.
That way it's kind of like in the middle. It's not really too bad, and it's not too great either.
Yeah, pretty average.
All right. Next up, the Storm Crossroads. Or the Storm Crossroad. They have like so many roads. Here's the Storm Crossroad. It kind of looks like a high road, but not really. There's like some purple in it, so kind of like a darker high road pearl.
Right.
It's just caramel, which doesn't make any sense for being blue and purple, but I mean, hey, whatever. You do you.
You do you.
Just caramel.
It's caramel. It's alright. I mean, it's not winning my favor or anything. Like, it's not as good as caramel pecan because it's got that pecan in it. So I don't hate it. Like, I like that idea.
What would you say? Would you say it's like average or like not really that great?
Maybe average to above average, so like C or B.
Let's go with C on that one. If it was mixed with something else, maybe B or A. I'd say let's go with C. And then this is the last one I could find, the Storm Frantic. I always confuse this one with the Radical Sizzle because they look almost exactly the same, but Radical sucks, so. Here is the Frantic. And this one actually really makes the most sense, in my opinion, orange and lime.
Oh, yeah. You can look at that, and that would not have been the last thing I would have gone for.
I give that S tier. I mean, come on.
Yeah, orange, lime, put them together, what do you get? S tier.
Alright. So now let's look at these, staple them together so I can read it all off. That way I don't have to put anything in the description because now I actually remember everything. Well, most of it. I remember everything here. Alright, orange lime. or for S tier, we got Orange Lime, which was the Storm Frantic. And then we got Orange Mint, which is the Virtual Gravity. Orange Citrus, which is the... Bear with me here. Are you sure you didn't mean to put Orange Zest?
I'm pretty sure. Well, the yellow's really hard to read, and I was writing kind of fast.
Oh, yeah, it's supposed to be Orange Zest, not Citrus. But yeah, Orange Zest, that's the code X. And then we got Peppermint, which was the Tropical Surge Pink and Black. And then Lemon Blossom, which is Tropical Surge Yellow Black. Tropical Surge Black and Cherry, or Cherry, that's also S tier. And then Lavender Vanilla, which is the Storm Torrent. Really like that one. Orange Chocolate, which was the Storm Code Black. Cider Donut is the Storm Match Pearl. Orange Grove is the... Oh, Citrus Grove, I mean. Storm Rocket. And then Wild Leaf Mint. Which one do we put that one on? That was Teal. That was the Tropical Surge Teal Blue. That's an A tier. Berry Splash, also A tier. And that was the Storm Matchup Black Pearl. And then Fruit Punch, A tier, which is the Storm Match Solid. Then Caramel Pecan, which is the Storm Joyride. Next A tier, Apple Cider, which is the Storm IQ Tour Nano Solid. And then Spearmint is the Storm Wipeout. Iced Cranberry is the... Let's see. Which ball was Iced Cranberry? I had it on here. Storm Sink. Man, I am very bad at this. Storm... Or the Mango, which is the last A tier one. That's Storm Fire Road. And then the High Road Nano, or well, this is starting off with all the B tiers. Coconut Marshmallow for the High Road Nano. Papaya Splash is the Storm Matchup Black Orange Silver Pearl. And then you got Butter Pecan, which is the Storm Rocket Ship. And then you got Candy Apple, which is the Storm Fight Me Bro. And then there's Paradise Punch, which is the... There's so many punch ones in here. Paradise Punch is the Storm Ride. Pearberry is the Storm Virtual Energy. And then Creamsicle is the Storm Tropical Heat Pearl Orange and Purple. And now on to C tier. We got Sweet Plum, which is from the Storm Sonic, Supersonic. Got Sangria, which was the Storm Skyrocket. Pina Colada, which was the Storm Fringe. Mulberry, which was the Storm Bite. Apple Fritter. C tier, Apple Fritter. Let's see, which one is that? Apple Cider, Spearmint, Pearberry. Apple Fritter, Storm Lights Out. I forgot about that one. Lights Out. And then Caramel, Storm Crossroad. And then there are no E or F tiers for the second list, but the only D tier we have is Ginger Verbena, which is from the Storm Snaplock. And then let's see. We got Cinnamon, which this is on the first tier list, so I'm going to try and remember all these. We got Cinnamon, which was the Omega Crux. Orange Ambrosia, which was the Gravity Evolve. Citrus Mint, which was the Drive. Lemon Tart, which was the Phase. Root Beer, which was the Crux. Orange Glaze, which is the new IQ Tour Nano Pearl. Cinnamon Streusel, which was the... I can't remember that one. That's an old one. But you can see in my Part 1 video. Pomegranate Cider, which was the Crux Prime. Vanilla Stap, which is the Promotion. Wild Berry Cheesecake, which is the Alpha Crux. And then Orange Clove was the Sherlock. So this is A tier, not S tier anymore. I forgot to mention that. Funnel cake, which is the new Storm Parallax. Butterscotch, which is the IQ Tour Pearl. Blackberry, which is the High Road X. Plum Nectar. I can't remember that one. And then we got Cranberry Craze, which I'm pretty sure that was one of the Optimus balls. And then for B tier, we got Blueberry, Combo Berry, Pomegranate, Birthday Cake. And Birthday Cake was one of the newer ones. That was from the Tropical Storm Pink and Purple. And then there's Maple Syrup, Berries and Cream, Cranberry Chill. And then now on to C tier, we got Blueberry Muffin, Melon Mint, Appleberry Crisp, Bourbon Pistachio, and Ginger Snap. D, we got Frosted Cake, Gingerbread S'more, which was the original Sonic. And then Apple Crisp and Pineapple. And then E, we got Grape and Grapevine. Then F, we got Grape Punch and Red Velvet. Those are the only F and E tiers that we have. Because all these were way above E and F, right? I would say. And yeah, that's all the Storm fragrances that I could find at least. But if there's any that I'm missing, be sure to let me know. And I highly doubt there's going to be a part 3 unless there's like... It'd probably have to wait a while because Storm will slowly start coming out with more balls. But I'd probably wait till we get at least 20 new Storm balls or Storm balls that we missed.
Alrighty.
Alright. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one. And we'll see you next time.
See ya.